So there's a score. I screw this up every time. It's like the Health Equality Index or something, the HEI score. And this is a construct of the Human Rights Campaign, which is so creepy because I used to write checks for these guys when they were trying to legalize gay marriage.
Oh, okay.
And we've now gotten here. So this score is something that they give to medical institutions. And I mean, the biggest ones, Johns Hopkins, Mayo
Right.
Clinic, for how well they deliver, make accessible, make good on gender affirming care.
It's crazy.
And if you dissent or you don't offer certain services or you try to discourage certain services, you get a bad score. And that score has significant financial ramifications with regard to grant money, donations. And if you, long story short, but if you go to the HRC page for their HEI score and you just look at who's funding it, it trips the algorithm every time, but it could potentially be companies that are making medications.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's awful.
Every cry for help now is just celebrated. There's no cries for help. Anytime someone cries for help, we go, "Oh, that's beautiful. Just be yourself." And you go, "No, I'm crying for help." And we go, "Oh, that's beautiful. We should give you a flag." It's like a cry for help are now just like we just are fine with it. Like, would a doctor cut my legs off if I asked him to? If I just went in and said, "I know these are perfectly functional legs, but will you remove them for me?" They'd go, "No, dude. Like we're not just gonna remove your," or would they? I don't know. I'm asking genuinely.
You know, here's what I would say, because I've really looked at this one inside and out. And so arguably the best study on this is something called the Cass Review. So this was done by Dr. Hilary Cass. She was part of the Royal College of Pediatricians out of the United Kingdom and potentially one of the most respected pediatricians in all of Europe, maybe all of the world. And
I don't know any pediatricians. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's up there.
It's hard to debate. I'd be like, she's no Philip Bernesky. Don't know any pediatricians. The best pediatrician.
She did a good job.
The LeBron of pediatricians.
The LeBron of pediatricians. So the UK, their public health department taps her to do a systemic review of literally dozens of studies on gender affirming care. It takes years. It's 400 pages. And when she's done, the conclusions essentially are, everything you would imagine. There's huge regret with 3D transitioners.
Sure.
There's significant health ramifications and side effects down the road. There's lack of long-term studies to bear out. They're going to kill themselves. The evidence shows the opposite. All this stuff. However, she did say, and everybody I've spoken to in the space will tell you, that there's a small percentage of adults that it is game-changing for. Sure. And to be honest, if you're an adult, I don't care. Go do what you want to do.
I used to say I don't care if you're an adult, but I have had to ask myself what I really think about it. And I do cry for those people, and I'm sad for them. I wish that they would get different help, is what I believe. What
if they said,
it is America, and I still would support them being able to. If they wanted to, then that's okay. They get, people get crazy plastic surgeries. People get all these crazy things. I cry for them as well, But, it's fine. Yeah, I'd say if they're an adult, they can, like I said, they get their legs removed or get big crazy boobs or do whatever you'd like because you're an adult. It's like when you start confusing children and doing all that stuff.
That is such a different beast though, because these kids can't even comprehend what they're choosing. Yeah. How much of it is a cry for help? How much of it is legitimate gender dysphoria? And I don't even think you have the mental ability to make that decision until your brain is baked, which is, I think, physically 25 years old. Right. I mean, I'm a full-time frontal lobe for both of my kids. And they're 13 and 15, and I got at least 10 more years of it. I swear to God. Take all this nootropics.
At that age, my parents used to have to literally lecture me to shower. They go, "You stink. When was the last time you showered?" And I'm like, "I don't know," because I didn't want to shower. Just smelly boy.
What is that, by the way?
It wasn't like I had girls chasing me around, so I didn't have much vanity. So I was just I don't know. And they're like, "You smell bad. Yes. Get in the shower." If you had to tell me those things, of course I'm not ready to start removing my privates or thinking about wars in other countries. These kids aren't qualified for this.
I agree with you completely. That's a non-starter for me. But if you speak to an adult who's like, I transitioned and it was a game changer, and there are those people out there, and to me, I'm like, oh, go do you.
Sure.
If it
works for
like
'em.
whatever. If it works for you, amazing.
Yeah.
My number one concern is obviously kids is off the table.
Yeah.
It's barbaric. But the second piece is, if you're an adult and you're making this decision, just do you really get it? Like,
I
are you
know.
really educated on the side effects, these ongoing surgeries, the drugs for the rest of it? As long as you're going in eyes wide open
I
to
guess,
this.
people can do whatever you see these people, I don't know if it comes up on your social media, but like a guy who's tattooed his whole face and he's removed his teeth with spikes and he's put ink in his eyeballs and he looks, it's like that. It's like whatever.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.